She'll live.
Thank God.
You're a pair of lucky parents. I can tell you now, I thought she wouldn't.
Oh, nonsense. The child's a Keller. She has the constitution of a goat. She'll outlive us all.
Yes, especially some of you Kellers don't get a night's sleep. I mean you, Miss Keller.
You hear that, Katie?
I hear.
I brought up 2 of them, but this is my wife's first. She ain't battle-scarred yet.
Doctor, don't be merely considerate. Will my girl be all right?
Oh, by morning she'll be knocking down Captain Keller's fences again.
And isn't there anything we should do?
We'll just put up stronger fences, eh?
Oh, just let her get well. She knows how to do it better than we do. Main thing now is the fever's gone. These things come and go in infants. You never know why.
I'll see you to your buggy, doctor.
Call it acute congestion of the stomach and brain. I've never seen a baby with more vitality. That's the truth.
Oh, hush. Don't you cry now. You've been trouble enough. Call it acute congestion indeed. I don't see what's so cute about a congestion just because it's yours. We'll have your father run an editorial in his paper. The wonders of modern medicine. They don't know what they're curing even when they've cured it. Men and their battle scars. We women will have to. We'll have to. Helen? Helen? Helen! Captain! Captain, will you come? Captain!
Katie, is it? What's wrong?
Look!
Oh, Katie, what? She's well. She only needs time
She can't see! Look at her eyes! She can't see!
Helen?
Or here, when I screamed, she didn't blink, not an eyelash.
Helen! Helen!
She can't hear you!
Helen!
First, I'm gonna cut off these doctor's legs. 1, 2, now then.
Why, cutting off that doctor's legs?
I'm gonna give him an operation. Now I'm gonna cut off these doctor's arms. 1, 2, now I'm gonna operate on his. You stop that.
Cut off his stomach. That's a good operation.
Now I'm gonna cut off his head first. He got a bad cold.
Ain't gonna be much of that doctor left by the time you finish.
What you do about her hand?
That's how I do. She keeps sticking her fingers in my mouth. I just bite them off.
What's she trying to do now?
She trying to talk. Look at her trying to talk. She gonna get mad.
Hey, you stop now. You just.
She almost dug Martha's head. Almost dug. It's always almost. No point worrying till it happens, is there?
How does she stand it? Arthur, why haven't you seen this Baltimore man I wrote to you about? It's not a thing you can let go on and on like the weather.
Yeah, the weather here doesn't ask permission of me.
Why, that famous oculist I wrote to you about, what was his name?
Dr. Chisholm.
Yes, I heard lots of cases of blindness they thought couldn't be solved, he solved. Now, why don't you write to him? He does just wonders.
Now stop believing in wonders.
I think the captain will write to him soon. Won't you, Captain?
No.
Ain't good money after bad, or bad for good.
Well, if it's a question of money, Arthur, now, you know, Marshall, you have this Yankee money, might as well.
It's not about the money. The child's been to specialists all over Alabama and Tennessee. If I thought it would do her any good, I'd have her to every full doctor in the country.
I think the captain will write to him soon.
Katie, how many times can you let them break your heart?
Any number of times.
What child?
As long as there's the least chance for her to see or hear.
There isn't. No, I must finish here.
I think, with your permission, Captain, I'd like to write.
I said no, Katie.
Well, only a little bitty letter. It can do no harm. See if he
He
can help her.
can't.
We won't know that to be a fact, Captain, until after you write.
Katie, he can't.
If father stands up, that makes it a fact.
Ooh, you be quiet. I'm badgered enough here with these females without your impudence now. We'll try working in the hen yard as in this house.
You really ought to put her away, father.
What?
Some asylum is the kindest thing.
Oh, James, she's your sister, not someone.
Half sister, and half mentally defective. She can't even keep herself clean. It's not pleasant to see her about all the time.
Do you dare complain of what you can see?
This discussion is at an end. I'll thank you not to broach on it again, Ev. Oh, I've done as much as I can bear to it. I can't leave my whole life to it. This house is at 6s and 7s morning till night over the child. It's time some attention was paid to Mildred over here.
You'll wake her up, Captain.
I want some peace in this house! And one way we won't have it is by marching up and down the country every time someone hears of a new quack. Now, I'm as sensible to this affliction as anyone else. It pains me to look at the child.
It was not our affliction I meant you to write about, Captain.
Helen, my buttons!
Eyes? She wants the doll to have eyes.
My goodness me, I'm not decent.
She doesn't know better, Aunt Ev. I'll sew them on again.
She'll never learn with everyone letting her do anything.
You be quiet!
What did I say now?
You talk too much!
I was agreeing with you!
Whatever it was! The deprived child. The least she could have are the little things she wants.
Why, now it's worth a couple of buttons, Kate. This child has more sense than any of these men, Kellers, if there's ever any way to reach that line of hers.
Helen!
Helen, you're not to do such things! How can I make you understand?
Katie.
How can I get it into your head, my darling, my
Katie,
boy?
some way of teaching her an iota of discipline has to be
How
out
can you
there.
discipline an afflicted child? Is it her fault?
I didn't say it was her fault.
Then whose? I don't know what to do. How can I teach her? Beat her until she's black and blue?
Well, it's not safe to let her run around. There must be some way of confining her somehow so she can't.
Where? In a cage? She's a growing child. She has to use her limbs.
Well, answer me one thing. Is it fair to Mildred?
Are you willing to put her away?
What now?
She wants to talk. Like, be like you and me. Every day, she slips further away. And I don't know how to call her back.
Well, I've had the mind to take her up to Baltimore myself. If that man can't help her, maybe he'll know someone who can.
All right, the man, Katie.
Who could do nothing for the girl, of course. It was Dr. Bell who thought she might somehow be taught. I have written the family only that a single governess, Miss Annie Sullivan, has been found here in Boston and will come. It will no doubt be difficult for you there, Annie. But it's been difficult for you at our school, too. Gratifying as when you came to us, you could not spell your name. To accomplish so much in a few short years, but always an Irish battle for independence. This is my last time to counsel you, Annie. You do lack some, by some I mean all what tact or talent to bend to others. When it saved you on more than one occasion here at Perkins's, there was nowhere to expel you to. Your eyes hurt?
My ears, Professor Nagnos.
Now we're back to Tewksbury, where children learn to be saucy. Annie, I know how dreadful it is there. The battle is in and done with. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God must owe me a resurrection.
What?
Well, he keeps digging up that battle.
That's not a proper thing to say, Annie. It's what I mean.
Yes, but I know what I'm like. What's this child?
Like?
Well, bright or dull to start with.
No one knows. And if she's dull, you'll have no patience with this?
Oh, in grown-ups you have to, Professor Nagnos, but in children it just seems a little precocious. Can I use that word?
Only if you can spell it.
Premature. So I hope at least she's a bright one.
Deaf? Blind? Mute? Who knows? She's like a little safe lock that no one can open. Perhaps there's a treasure inside.
Maybe it's empty too.
Possible. I should warn you, she's much given to tantrums.
Means something is inside. Well, so am I. If I believe all I hear, maybe you should warn them.
Annie, I wrote them no word of your history. You'll find yourself among strangers then who know nothing of it.
Well, we'll keep them in a state of blessed ignorance.
Perhaps you should tell it,
Why? I have enough trouble with people who don't know.
so they will understand. You have trouble.
The only time I have trouble is when I'm right. Is it my fault it's so often? Look, I won't give them trouble, Professor Nagnos. I'll be so ladylike they won't notice I've come.
Annie, be humble. It's not as if you have so many offers to pick and choose. You will need their affection working with this child.
I hope I won't need their pity.
Oh, we could all use some pity. So, you are no longer a pupil. We send you into the world a teacher, if the child can be taught. No one expects to work miracles even for $25 a month. Now, in this envelope is a loan for the railroad, which you repay when you have a bank account. And in this box is a gift with our love. I think other friends are ready to say goodbye.
Professor Nagnos. Dear Professor Nagnos, well, what do I say? I'm an ignorant, opinionated girl, and everything I am I owe to you.
That's only half true, Annie.
Which half? I crawled in here like a drowned rat. I thought I died when Jimmy died, that I never again come alive. Well, you say with love so easy, and I haven't loved a soul since, and I never will. But still, this place has given me more than just my eyes back, or taught me how to spell, which I'll never learn anyway, but with all the fight and trouble it's given me here, it's taught me what help is, and how to live again. I don't want to say goodbye. Don't open the door, I'm crying.
They will not see.
Annie? Here, Beatrice.
There's a present. We got you going away present.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have.
We did. Where's the present?
Don't go, Annie.
Away.
Alice has it. Alice, where's Alice?
Here I am. Where?
Here. I have it. Everybody, should I open it?
Open it. Everyone be quiet. Do, Annie.
She's opening it.
Is it open, Annie?
It's open.
It's for your eyes, Annie. Put them on, Annie.
Because Mrs. Hopkins said your eyes hurt since the operation. And she said you're going when the sun is fierce.
Putting them on now.
Don't go, Annie. Where the sun is fierce. Do they fit all right?
Oh, they fit just fine.
Do you like them, Annie? Are they pretty?
Oh, my eyes feel hundreds of % better. And why pretty? Do you know how I look in them? Simply eloquent, like a racehorse.
There's another present. Beatrice.
We have a present for Helen, too.
Give it to her.
Here it is. We took up a collection to buy it, and Laura dressed it.
It's beautiful.
So don't forget. You'll be sure to give it to Helen from us, Annie.
Oh, I promise. It will be the first thing I give her. If, of course, I don't keep it for myself, that is. You know I can't be trusted with dolls.
Don't go, Annie. To her.
Beatrice, dear, I don't want to go.
Then why are you going?
Because I'm a big girl now, and big girls have to earn a living. It's the only way I can, but if you don't smile for me now, what I'll just have to do is...
What?
Put you in my suitcase instead of this doll and take you to Helen in Alabama.
Come, children. We must get the trunk into the carriage and Annie onto her train, or no one will go to Alabama.
Ow!
Where are we going, Annie?
Jimmy,
Where are we going?
I said I'm taking care of you.
Forever and ever?
Annie Sullivan, age 9, virtually blind. James Sullivan, age 7. What's the matter with your legs, Sonny?
Forever and ever.
Can you walk without that crutch? Girl goes to the women's ward, boy to the men's.
Annie! Don't let them take me, Annie!
Annie!
Coming.
Let Mr. Jimmy go by himself. You've been poking that garden all day. You ought to rest your feet.
I can't wait to see her, Viney.
Maybe she ain't gonna be on this train neither.
Maybe she is.
And maybe she ain't.
And maybe she is. Where's Helen?
She's upstairs, smelling around. She knows something funny's going on.
Let her have her supper as soon as Mildred's in bed. And tell Captain Keller that we'll be delayed tonight.
Again.
I don't think we need to say again. Simply delayed will do.
I mean, that's what he's gonna say. What? Again?
Maybe he ain't.
Someone for my Helen. Oh, dear, this was cleaned out an hour ago. Here, for while I'm gone. I don't think one peppermint drop will spoil your supper.
Jimmy,
Sir?
You don't look like you're dressed for anything impressive, boy.
I'm not. It's for Miss Sullivan.
Needn't keep up holding that fence post. We have wooden posts for that. I asked you to see that those strawberry plants were moved this morning.
I'm moving your Mrs. Keller instead to the station.
Mrs. Keller, must you always speak of her as if you haven't met the lady?
Mother! I said mother.
Captain?
Evening, my dear.
We're off to meet the train, Captain. Supper will be a trifle delayed tonight.
What? Again?
With your permission, Captain. What you want, honey? Your mama? Suppose one little tea cake ain't gonna ruin your appetite.
She's not here. She's not here. My son and I don't get along. You don't know I'm your father. No one likes me. And supper's delayed. Oh, here. Got you this. One little nibble of a stick candy can't ruin your appetite.
Captain Keller, now how am I supposed to get her to eat her supper if you keep filling her up with that trash?
Tend to your work!
Miss Sullivan?
Here. At last. I've been on train so many days, I thought there must be backing
I'm
up
James
every...
Keller.
James? Your brother, Jimmy. Are you Helen?
I'm only Helen. You're to be your governess?
I'll try.
You look like half a governess. Miss Keller, Miss Sullivan.
We've met every train for 2 days.
Oh, I change trains every time we stop. The man who sold me the ticket ought to be tied to
You
the
have a
track.
swipe, Miss Sullivan?
Yeah. You didn't bring Helen. I was hoping you would.
No, she's home.
You live far from town, Miss Keller?
Only a mile.
Well, I suppose I could wait one more mile. But don't be surprised if I get out and try to push the horse.
Helen's waiting for you, too. There's been such a bustle in the house. She expects something. Heaven knows what. I expected a desiccated spinster. You're very young.
Oh, you should have seen me when I left Boston. I got much older on this trip.
I need to teach anyone as difficult as Helen.
I mean to try. I can't put you in jail for trying.
Is it possible even to teach a deaf, blind child half of what an ordinary child learns? Has that ever been done?
Half? A 10? No. Dr. Howe did wonders, but an ordinary child? No. Never. Though, when I was looking over his reports, he never treated them like ordinary children, more like eggs everybody thought would break.
May I ask how old you are?
Oh, well, I'm not in my teens, you know, I'm 20.
All of 20.
Mrs. Keller, don't lose heart just because I'm not on my last legs. I have 3 big advantages over Dr. Howe that money couldn't buy for me. One is his work behind me. I read every word of his text, and he wasn't exactly what you call a man of few words. The second is to be young. Why, I have energy to do everything. And the third is, I've been blind. Advantages? Well, some have the luck of the Irish, some do not.
What will you try to teach her first?
First, last, and in between, language.
Language.
Language is to the mind more than light is to the eye. Dr. Howe said that.
Language. We can't get through to teach her to sit still. You are young, despite your years, to have such confidence. Do you inside?
No, to be completely honest, I'm shaking inside as he was rapping.
Don't be. We'll do all we can to help and to make sure you feel at home. Don't think of us as strangers, Miss Annie.
Well, strangers aren't so strange to me. I've known them all my life.
Captain Keller! Captain Keller, they calling! She sure enough came, Captain. She sure enough came, Captain.
Welcome to Ivy Green, Miss Sullivan. I take it you are Miss Sullivan.
My husband, Miss Annie, Captain Keller.
Captain, how do you do?
It's a pleasure to see you at last. I trust you had an agreeable journey.
Oh, I had several. When did this country get so big?
Where would you like the trunk, Father?
When Miss Sullivan can get to it, I'd imagine.
Yes, please. Where's Helen?
In the hall, Jimmy.
We put you in the upstairs corner room, Miss Annie. If there's any breeze at all this summer, you'll feel it.
Oh, and the suitcase.
Oh, I'll take the suitcase. Thanks.
Oh, not at all, Miss Sullivan. I'll have
I like it.
Miss Sullivan, you'll find yourself.
Let
You
me.
and flowers
I
and
have
something-
something in it for Helen. Thank you. When was he?
There. There's Helen.
Well,
Well, she's, very rough, Katie.
I like her, Captain.
Certainly we're a peculiar kind of young woman, of course. How old is she?
Oh. Well, she's not in her teens, you know.
She's only a child? What are her parents like shipping her off alone this far?
I couldn't learn. She's very close-mouthed about some things.
Why does she wear those glasses? I like to see a person's eyes when I'm
For the
talking.
sun. She's blind.
Blind?
She's had 9 operations on her eyes. One just before
Blind?
she
Good
left.
heavens, Katie, they expect one blind child to teach another? Has she the experience at least? How long was she a teacher there?
She was a pupil.
Katie, this is her first position?
She was
The
valedictorian.
house full of grown-ups can't cope with the girl. How's an inexperienced, half-blind Yankee schoolgirl supposed to manage her?
Great improvement. Now we have 2 of them to watch after.
You watch after those strawberry plants!
Nothing I say is right.
Why say anything? Don't be long, Captain. Supper will be ready right away.
all the trouble I went to and that's how I look? Oh no, not the underwear. Alright, Miss Sullivan, let's start off with dog. D-O-L-L. Dog.
Spelled pretty well. Trying to find that she's ticklish? She is. What is it, a game?
An alphabet.
Alphabet?
For the deaf. Oh, how bright she is.
Oh, you think she knows what she's doing? She's a monkey. She knows everything.
Yes, a very bright monkey she
She wants her doll back.
is. She spells it.
She spells everything as an Amy.
Oh, who expects her to? All I want is her finger is to learn the letter.
Doesn't like that alphabet. That's something you invent yourself.
Spanish fast. Maybe I'll steal that back too. Now. D-O-L-L. Think it over. L! Imitate now. Understand later. And ow! You little wretch! No one taught you any manners. Oh, no. Helen! Helen! Let me out!
Oh, little girl, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight.
Don't worry, you're not lost. Only out of place. And toothless. Oh, it hurts.
It hurts, Annie, it hurts.
Keep that brat shut up. Can't you, girlie? How's the body supposed to sleep in this damn ward?
It hurts, it hurts.
Shut up, you!
Annie, when are we going home? You promised.
Jimmy.
Forever and ever. Is it Annie? Annie there? Annie, it hurts.
Grab him, he's falling!
Annie!
Little girl, I must tell you, your brother is going on a...
Supper's ready, Jimmy. Will you call your father?
Certainly. Father, supper!
No need to shout. I've been pulling my heels for nearly an hour. Sit down. Viney.
Yes, right here. Mildred went directly to sleep, Viney.
Yes, that babe's an angel.
And Helen had a good supper?
I don't know, Miss Kate. Somehow she didn't have much of an appetite tonight.
Oh dear.
Well then. Couldn't say the same for myself. I'm famished. Katie, your plate?
But where is Miss Annie?
In her room.
In her room. Doesn't she know that hot food needs to be eaten hot? Jimmy, go upstairs and bring her down at once.
Certainly. I'll get a ladder.
What?
Only a ladder. Shouldn't take me to...
What shouldn't take
Jimmy,
you?
do as I say. Go upstairs and tell Miss Sullivan supper's getting
She's
cold.
locked in her room.
Locked in her.
What on earth are
Helen
you?
locked her in and made all the keys.
And you sit here and say nothing?
Well, everyone's been telling me not to say anything.
Bonnie, go out and search in the back for Helen. See if she has the key.
Yes, Miss Kate.
She's out by the pump. Miss Sullivan, are you in there?
Oh, I'm in here, all right.
Is there no key on your side?
Well, if there were any key on my side, I wouldn't be here. Helen took it. The only thing on my side is me.
Miss Sullivan, not in the house, 10 minutes, I don't know how you managed it.
Even I'm not on my side.
Viney! No, put that meat back in the oven.
She has no key.
Nonsense, Katie. She must have a key. Did you check her pockets?
Yes, she doesn't have it.
Katie, she must have a key.
But you prefer to search her yourself, Captain.
No, I would not prefer to search her myself. She nearly took my kneecap off this morning. Take that ladder back!
Certainly.
She could have hidden the key.
Where?
Anywhere. Under stone, in the flower beds, in the grass.
Well, I can't plow the entire field searching for one key. Jimmy!
Sir?
Bring me a ladder!
Certainly.
Over there!
What is Mildred doing up?
The cat woke her now. All that hollering.
Miss Sullivan,
Yes, Captain Keller?
come out.
Oh, I don't see how I can. There isn't any room.
I intend to carry you. Simply climb onto my shoulder.
Oh, no. That's very chivalrous of you, but I'd really prefer
Miss Sullivan, follow my instructions. I will not have you toppling out of any of our windows. I hope this is not what we can expect from you in simplifying the manner of looking after Helen.
Captain Keller, I'm perfectly capable of going down a ladder under
I
my own...
doubt it. Simply hold on to my neck. On my neck, Miss Sullivan!
Oh, I'm sorry to inconvenience you in this way.
Oh, no inconvenience at all other than having to take down that door and replace the lock if we can't find that key.
Oh, well, look everywhere for it.
Thank you. Don't look in any rooms that can be locked. There.
Thank you very much.
nothing to see here! Now, would it be possible for us to have supper like other people?
Fine, you serve supper. I'll put Mildred to sleep.
I guess I'll just keep the Ladder.
You devil. You think I'm so easily gotten rid of? Well, you have a thing or two to learn, Missy. I have nothing else to do. And nowhere to go.
Miss Sullivan!
And nobody here has attempted to control her. The greatest problem I have is how to discipline her without breaking her spirit. But I shall insist on reasonable obedience from the start. And ink. Ink. It has a name. Look. Down, under, up. Good. And be careful of the needle. You keep out of the ink. I'll try and keep out of the soup. These blots are her handiwork. All right, let's try temperance. Bad girl. Good girl. Yes, very good girl. No.
What are you saying to her?
Oh, I was just making conversation, saying it was a sewing card.
But does that mean that to her?
No, she won't know what spelling is till she knows what a word is.
Yet you keep spelling to her. Why?
I like to hear myself talk.
The captain says it's like spelling to the fence post.
Does he now?
Is it?
No, it's like how I watch you talk to Mildred.
Mildred?
Any baby. Gibberish, grown-up gibberish, baby talk gibberish. Do they understand one word of it to start? Somehow they begin to if they hear it. I'm letting Helen hear it.
Other children are not impaired.
Oh, there's nothing impaired in that brain. It works like a mousetrap.
But after a child hears how many words, Miss Annie? 1 million?
I guess no mother's ever minded enough to count.
What did she spell?
Oh, I spelled card. She spelled cake. No. It's only a finger game to her. What she has to learn first is that things have names.
And when will she learn it?
Maybe after 1,000,001 words?
I should like to learn those letters, Miss Annie.
I'll teach you tomorrow morning. That makes only 500,000 each.
It's her bedtime. Ow! I'm sorry, Miss Annie.
Why does she get a reward? For stabbing me.
Well, we catch our flies with honey, I'm afraid. We haven't the heart for much else, and so many times she simply cannot be compelled.
Yes, I'm the same way myself. The more I think, the more certain I am that obedience is the gateway through which knowledge enters the mind of the child.
Breakfast ready.
No, but shouldn't we give the devil his due, Father? The fact is, they outlawed us behind Vicksburg 3 years ago.
Outthought is a peculiar word for a butcher.
Harness maker, wasn't he?
I said butcher. His only value as a soldier was numbers, and he led them into slaughter with no regard for so many as sheep.
Well, even if in that sense he was a butcher, the fact is he...
And a drunk one, half the war.
Obstinate.
Obstinate? You're calling him obstinate? Now, could any of them have even measured up with that with old Stonewall? If he was there, we would still have Vicksburg.
But the butcher simply wouldn't give up. He tried 4 ways getting around, and the 5th try he pulled north, and he...
Well, he wouldn't have gotten around to it if we had a Southerner in charge instead of some half-breed Yankee traitor like Pemberton. If old Stonewall was there, we still would have had Vicksburg. Now, Pemberton had given Bragg 5,000 of his cavalry, and Loring, whom I knew personally for a nincompoop before you were born, marched away from Champion's Hill with enough men to have held it. We lost Vicksburg because of stupidity verging on treason.
I would have said we lost Vicksburg because Grant was one thing no Yankee general was before him.
Drunk? I doubt it.
Obstinate.
There's that word again. Still, if old Stonewall was there, we still would have Vicksburg. And, okay, what's the matter there?
Miss Annie, you see she's accustomed to helping herself to our
Yes,
bites
but
and
I'm not accustomed to it.
No, of course not. Viney!
Give her something, Jimmy, to quiet her.
But her table manners the best she has. Well...
Let her this time, Miss Sullivan's the only way we get some adult conversation in this house, if my sons have merits that description. I'll get you another plate.
I have a plate, thank you.
Viney! I'm afraid what Captain Keller says is only too true. She'll persist in this until she gets her own way.
Viney, please bring Miss Sullivan another plate.
I have a plate, nothing's wrong with the plate. I intend to keep it.
Miss Sullivan, one plate or another is hardly a manner to struggle with a deprived child
Oh,
about.
I'd sooner have more heroic issues myself.
No, I really must assist you. And now she's hurt herself.
No, she hasn't.
Will you please let her go?
Miss Annie, you don't know the child well enough yet. She'll keep...
I know an ordinary tantrum well enough and a badly spoiled child.
Here, here.
Miss Sullivan, you would have more understanding of your pupil if you had some pity in you. Now kindly do as I say.
For this tyrant, the whole house turns on whims. Is there something she wants she doesn't get? I'll tell you when I'm petty, that the sun won't rise and set for all her life, and you're telling her it will. What good will your pity do when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller?
Okay, for the love of heaven, will you?
Annie, please, I don't think it serves the
It
loser.
does you good. It's less trouble for you to feel sorry for her than to teach her any better, isn't it?
I fail to see where you have taught her anything yet, Miss
I'll
Sullivan.
begin this minute if you leave the room, Captain Keller.
Leave the room.
Everyone, please.
Miss Sullivan, you are here as a paid teacher, nothing more, not to lecture me
I
about
can't
how...
unteach her 6 years of pity if you can't stand up to one tantrum. Old Stonewall, indeed. Mrs. Keller, you promised me help.
Indeed, I did. We truly wanted
Then leave me
to.
alone with her. Now!
Kate, will you come outside with me? At once, please!
Heaven's sake! else, please!
If it takes all summer, General.
This girl, this cub of a girl, presumes why. I tell you, I'm half a mind to ship her back to Boston before the week is out. You can inform her so from me.
I, Captain?
She is a hireling! Now I want it made clear, unless there is an apology and a complete change of matter, she goes home on the next train. Will you make that quite clear?
And where will you be, Captain, while I am making it
At
quite...
the office!
Will you? I thought what she said was exceptionally intelligent. I've been saying it for years.
To his face? Or will you take it, Jimmy, as a flag?